And here we go with my look at Transformers Generation 1 Flat Top. Flat Top was part of the Micromasters line of Transformers, so they were a subgroup of Transformers themselves. And this guy here was actually, I think they called them like Super Micromasters, Micromaster Commander, something like that. But basically it was one Micromaster itself, and it came with a larger vehicle or a trailer or something that would also transform into a base or another larger vehicle. So that's what this guy here is. Here's the actual Micromaster, and this would be his accessory, which transforms. In this case here, it's an aircraft carrier. Before we get started looking at the toy itself, I'm going to do a little character bio here. I got the Transformers More to Meets the Eye official guidebook from IDW. So let's open this up and take a look at his little bio and artwork here. Let's see if I can pan up. There he is there. That's actual Flat Top. And we look down here, you can see his alternate mode. There's that of the aircraft carrier and his fighter jet. And let's see if I can read you a little bit of this bio here. It says here that his primary function is naval warfare. Bio, it says Flat Top is a self-sufficient naval warrior whose mini aircraft carrier serves as the mobile base for his reign of aquatic terror. He is often dispatched to work alone on long-term missions. Flat Top does this gladly since he doesn't think other Decepticons can handle themselves on the sea. He enjoys commanding and maintaining his vessel, as well as using its armaments to destroy anything he finds skimming the waves, from actual enemy targets to innocent marine wildlife. Flat Top maximizes his efficiency by programming the ship to attack on autopilot, then transforming into his jet mode for a two-pronged attack that few can withstand. His favorite pastime outside of battle is to relax below deck. As he listens to the sounds of the water lapping against his ship's hull, he often imagines himself swimming in a sea of burning fuel and charred Autobot remains. So yeah, you know, he's obviously an evil Decepticon bad guy. So yeah, that's a little bit of his character bio. Just wanted to read that off because these Micromasters at the time when they were originally released, they didn't really package them with any kind of character bios at all, so you know, you kind of just had to make up your own or whatever. So I guess that's sort of the official canon there of his character bio. But anyways, let's look at the actual toy here and zoom in here. And so yeah, you can see there he is. He's like the little jet here on the aircraft character or carrier. Obviously, it's ridiculously out of scale with the carrier itself. That would be one gigantic airplane if that was, you know, in scale with a realistic aircraft carrier. But whatever. It does have this little peg here, and there are a couple little holes on the deck of the carrier that you could, you know, attach this to here, or you could have them sitting out here on the kind of front end of it. Let's take a look at the jet himself, or Flat Top himself. This guy here, in my opinion, looks like he was modeled after a, at least his alt mode here was modeled after a Harrier jet. In fact, in real life, the Harriers did serve on aircraft carriers, usually smaller aircraft carriers, because they had the vertical takeoff, so they could, they didn't require as long of a runway, so they could serve on the smaller aircraft carriers because of that. Yeah, I like this guy here. He's got the nice color scheme. I always like the kind of dark purple with the black, the silver, so he's got the kind of, you know, typical Decepticon coloring going on there. Transform this guy. Basically all you want to do is just fold back his wings here like that, and then just rotate this whole canopy or cockpit assembly up, oops, like that. Just rotate that down and then just bend it right here, and that will reveal his head. And then these little like fuel tanks here, rotate those forward, those are like his arms. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of detail to this guy. He does have like some little like fingers kind of sculpted in there. The face on this guy, there's not a whole lot to it, just kind of a blob of paint and a couple little eyes. But yeah, so he's kind of a typical Micromaster in that sense. But that's him there, the actual character himself, Flat Top. And then let's look at his accessory, which would be this larger vehicle here, or the aircraft carrier, and that does transform. And to transform that, you just want to turn it over, and let's pan out a bit here, and just flip this whole part back. That'll become the tail, and this part here, the deck of the aircraft carrier, will become the wings of a larger aircraft. And you just take these two guns off the rear here and put them here on the wings facing forward, and there you have it. It's basically his larger jet that he can ride in and pilot. And there's a little groove on the underside here of his feet, and there's a post here, and that can connect, so you can make him stand up like so, and have him like kind of hold on to this little handlebar here. I always thought that looked silly, so I would always just take it and make it sit down like this, and just kind of use that handlebar to hold him in place. To me, that makes more sense. Looks like he's actually piloting the thing, at least. One other thing, there are some little wheels here when this is folded down here, so when it's in the aircraft carrier it can roll on the ground, as well as some little wheels here, and there is a little landing gear that pops down right here. So there you go. Let's put those fins back out. But yeah, so it's a G1 type of toy. It's, you know, kind of got that G1 level of articulation. So there he is there with his battle plane, or his jet fighter that he can fly in. So not only is he a jet, but he flies in a larger jet. Let's do a quick little size comparison here. I got a reissue, G1 Bumblebee Minibot, and let's just flip him up into his robot mode there. So yeah, you can see with the Micromasters generally in their robot modes, they were a lot smaller than the Minibots, the G1 Minibots. And if we just fold this guy back up real quick, and let's flip him into his alt mode also, just to get a quick little reference. Alt modes themselves usually were almost the same size as some of the Minibots. Well, at least with Bumblebee here, you can see he's almost the same length or depth. Generally a lot flatter though. But yeah, so that's just a little quick little size comparison. Anyways, yeah, these are kind of cool. I like the Minibots. I like these that came with the larger vehicles. They were, you know, kind of two for the price of one almost, in a sense. But yeah, so this is my look, or my review of Transformers Generation 1 Flat Top.